Hey, I'm Aaron, and I like to talk about comics. And this has kind of been making waves, like a lot of people have been giving their opinions on it, and I thought it'd be fun just to see what I had to say about it, and maybe I have something different to say. I don't know. I try to keep from watching other people's stuff before I put out my own thoughts on it. So, yeah, let's take a look. And that is the teaser to the new lineup for a revamped team called the New Warriors. So yeah, a little background before we really start to get into what is going on currently. The New Warriors was a 90s team that came out, and Firestar, Marvel Boy, Namorita, Nova, Speedball, and then the later introduction of kind of a cult classic character, Night Thrasher, who was especially hip at the time because he had nightsticks and a skateboard. Now, honestly, this is a team I've never been too in the know about, but you know, hey, this is exactly what this is for. It's a whole jumping on point. It's all new characters. See, these classic ones that were at the forefront in the original team are now leading this new generation. And the invention of this team comes from a crossover that's happening right now called Outlawed. And what Outlawed is pretty much there's a new government mandate in the Marvel Universe that is stopping all underage superheroes or putting underage superheroes into government functioning teams. And so, to be honest here, Marvel's done the whole government intervention with superheroes before, and the government putting rules on superheroes, and I feel like the past two times they've tried it with Civil War and kind of with Civil War 2, didn't really work for me necessarily, but that's sort of the vein that they're coming out of, and you know, who knows, it could be an actually fine story coming out of this premise this time. And so what's really got people talking is the designs of the new characters that are going to be mentored by the classic team. And you know, I'm just going to run down through these characters and maybe put them here, put them around here so you can see as well. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to run through the teaser they have out for these characters. They have a synopsis out for them, they have their designs laid out, because that's really all that is revealed about this so far and what everyone's talking about, so I'm gonna give my take on it. Okay, and so just running down through the list here, the first one I'm coming across is called Screen Time, which I'm just gonna say right off here, I've already taken a look at these, and the names of every single one of them sucks, to be totally out there and honest. And I'm sorry if I'm gonna repeat myself a lot there, but every single name of these is terrible, especially there's two that caused pretty much the majority of the controversy with this. So like I said, the first one we're looking at, Screen Time, and well, you can fit right in next to like a Ben 10 or something. I'm not knocking that, because the design looks pretty solid to me. You know, obviously he's like a tech-based character, but where I run into some problems with him is the meme-obsessed super teen. That's just the most, hey, how do you do, fellow young kids kind of description I've seen. And okay, like I get it, like they're trying to appeal to like the Gen Zers or whatever, and trying to get them to read these current superheroes. But I don't even think they would go for someone who got exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. What's internet gas? See, that's like something you would see from like the early 90s when they were just figuring out what the internet even was. You know, when your phone was tied up with the internet and you couldn't use both at the same time. You know, back when they would just make the internet just another dimension to explore. But yeah, I mean, that, and it's right in the rest of the synopsis. He's kind of a throwback to the 90s and early 2000s, which, you know, I gotta say, I'm digging the design for it. I like the design pretty good so far, so we're just gonna keep going down the list here, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that one. Okay, and the next one I see here is called TrailBlazer, and once again, I love the colors, I love the design of it. I think it's pretty great. You know, we have kind of a unique looking character here, and just the sort of gadgets that she's got and everything reminds me of the New Gods kind of Jack Kirby design, which I'm sure is totally intentional. And honestly, when you're going with character design, I don't think you can go wrong with taking inspiration from him at all. So I like the design so far. And so yeah, like I think the Kirby inspiration is pretty accurate here, because she's got sort of magic technology kind of stuff. You know, comic book kind of magic technology. That's the only kind of place that kind of thing would even exist. Okay, and so she's like the orphan kid who finds a magical object and gets all this responsibility and power. That's pretty cool. You can't really go wrong with a premise like that. So I'm thinking she's probably going to be the more level-headed, leader type kind of character. And yeah, not seeing a problem with this so far. Okay, and this next character is by far my favorite design. I actually really am into this design, and I know it's just the emo kid inside of me that's just never gonna die, but this is a really great design. But once again, the name just sucks. It's called B negative, which I guess he's named that because he's a vampire, which is fine. I think it's a decent name. I definitely think it could have been workshopped a little more to come up with something a little more creative than a blood type, I guess. I don't know. I don't like that name, but man, just the leather jacket, the Batman Beyond type flaps he's got there, the red mohawk, just the whole style of it. He looks like he's going to an MCR concert, and that's exactly my kind of aesthetic. And so yeah, this is interesting. He's got ties with Michael Morbius, which we all know is coming out with a movie soon, so pretty sure that's pretty good cohesion right there. Sort of get Morbius back into the minds of people. I think Morbius has got a title out right now, actually. I haven't read that. I actually don't know much about him outside of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. But hey, this is a perfect chance to get in some of the Marvel vampires, which Marvel kind of has a unique history of vampires. I'd like to kind of look at that sometime. So, by far, best design. I don't think it's going to get any better than this. And we just got one, technically two more left. These are the ones that everyone is talking about. So, Snowflake and Safe Space. Listen, I'm pretty sure they're trying very hard. I don't know. And I feel like it's really trying, but man, it missed the mark, and it missed it hard. Because, well, back to just these two characters. So their designs are really great. I love the designs. Every single one of them I think looks pretty great. And these are among some of my favorite designs probably. So their names actually fit themselves better than any of the other characters I think, but still, you could have named them something else. Because okay, so Snowflake, ice powers. That's all right. That's cool. Ice powers. So if I was to come across a character this day and age called Snowflake, and they have ice powers, yeah, okay. I mean, sure, that's kind of I wouldn't think too much about it. They have ice powers called Snowflake, whatever. But pairing them with someone named Safe Space, yeah, they're obviously trying to either reach this demographic or hate them. And I don't think they're trying to hate, but just giving them the benefit of the doubt here. And so Safe Space powers is that he can generate force fields for people that he's trying to protect. So they each have kind of a unique spin on the force field and ice powers, because she's like ice kinetic. And I feel like they might have kind of a good dynamic together, but the story behind these names is that they're trying to take back what they kind of mean as derogatory, but you can't really decide to do that. That either just sort of happens or doesn't. So I don't know. I don't think it's too late to turn the ship around on this and just give them all different names, because it certainly has started somewhat of a controversy. And well, anyways, that's pretty much all I got to say about this team. And I might actually pick up the first issue or something just to talk about it, just to see how this all plays out. I don't think I'm really going to read the whole series and go into it, but as of right now, it's only got a 5-issue limited series, so we'll see where these characters go. They could be forgotten in like a week after they were done with their stories, but I feel like these days they want to kind of hang on to characters a little more. They don't want to just throw stuff at the wall and as soon as it doesn't stick, just leave it on the ground. But I don't know, I guess we'll see what comes out of this all. And thanks for watching.